Hello, I am going to make a statement, a video statement. I'm watching, or was watching after uploading this video, um, the memorial service and celebration of life for Mikayla, which is the founder of Save a Fox Corporation, which is an animal sanctuary. And I didn't know about Save a Fox until recently, until she took her own life because of pressures from the internet and from the community and from having mental illnesses. So this is a vicious mix and a toxic combination. Uh, but the internet is a weird and wonderful place, but it is also a disgusting and vile and putrid collection of humanity's predilections and preoccupations and frankly perversions. And the reason why I'm saying this and why I'm leading off with this is because it becomes predatory. And the obvious connection is that because of the popularity of Save a Fox, that some of these people who sexualize and fantasize animals, frankly, and if not putting on a fursuit, is a bit concerning. Everybody's freaky. Let's put it like this. This is a celebration of life, and I know this is kind of off off piste. A little off the center. Uh, and perhaps a little inappropriate for the occasion, but I'm going to talk about it anyways because inappropriate is my specialty. And people whom are on the spectrum have a tendency to enjoy role play and fantasy, and of course acting out and going through with acting out these fantasies through role play and the different it I don't know what to call it, ways of existing, let's put it like that, uh, in becoming something else other than what they are. Some people like to have sex in the woods. Some people like to put on a costume. Some people like to do some really strange things. I don't really want to talk too much about it. I think it takes away from the occasion. But there are some websites which are evil because of the lack of boundaries and the tendency of these people to become predatory. And that's the thing is that when exposed, uh, especially when people are they're um, emulating their personas or something along those lines, or they want to have relationships with animals, or they're placing their fantasies upon certain people who happen to be close and have good relationships with their animals, which is vile and disgusting. I have a good relationship with my dog, but that doesn't mean I want to be like that with my dog. You know what I'm saying here? Like, it's fucking weird, man. Ugh. And then like the other aspects of the bullying, and where they were. I didn't read the Reddit. Obviously it's gone. In which they were implying that Mikayla may have been grooming her daughter or something along those lines, or they might have been having rituals or some weird things between her and her husband. I don't fucking know. Like, strange, very strange. Um, and then this is the thing about human and animal nature, is that the weak prey on the strong. Okay, and so anytime that you happen to have some sort of talent for which you've accrued and worked on through your life, or you have something special and you rose to the occasion and you stuck your neck out for someone, and that made you a target, or you were just exceptional at something, you know. And this mongoose didn't happen overnight, you know, and rejection or jealousy and all of these things that combine into motivations to want to commit a keyboard aggression, or you know, a swiping symposium. I don't fucking know. You know, I don't participate in this kind of stuff. But frankly, I've experienced bullying, not only from the artistic community, but also from the LGBTQ community. And I'll say this explicitly: I am a victim and survivor of sexual assault by a gay man, and I didn't retaliate. Right? It really messed me up for a long time, and I've had to deal with that. I've had to live with that. And then now the fact is that the community seems to be going to bat for this person, in that he's in a position of power within the community and he's a gatekeeper. So this really complicates things, and it's a barrier between me having um, a relationship with my community, right? I'm being isolated, I'm being ostracized, I'm being persecuted, as some people would say, and that's just terrible. It's disgusting, and let's call social justice for what it is. And social justice warrior, or warrior mentality, is vigilantism, and then it's also using the legal system to to put certain people into a box, and or to construct them into a strawman argument to be beaten like a dead horse. And that is just vile and disgusting and putrid, but it's the reality of our existence, and that's the unfortunate thing. And then you know, the people on the spectrum are very vulnerable, you know, very, the empathy factor is very high, because, and also the sympathy, after having been a person that has suffered, you know, these qualities of person that, you know, differentiate you to a point where you don't relate with a lot of people. And I say this as from my personal experience, in which, you know, growing up, I was not popular. Okay, I didn't relate to a lot of people. I didn't have a lot of friends, and I still don't have a lot of close friends. And so, you know, it weighs on you. And I've been through depression. I've been through the system, right? I've been in the mental hospital at least twice now, and again, sometimes the system and the doctors are against you. It's the reality, right? And they bully you, or they try to sterilize you through misdiagnosis and prescriptions, because that's what happens with some of these antidepressants, is that they fuck with your fertility and with your sex drive. And that's evil. It's evil, especially if you're an innocent person. uh, but I digress. I think you understand what I'm getting at here. In that, if you don't support them, they attack you, right? Um, but I create art because I love it, right? Mikayla got involved with being, you know, operating a wildlife sanctuary and a fox rescue because she loved it. What more could you want? And this is the real enemy, right? Is that we have to expose these people as best we can, and make an example of them in the public sphere, and bring them to justice, so that they cannot keep exerting and exercising their accrued social currency. right? So the means by which they have corrupted and collected themselves, the pillars and the foundation of the entire community, right? Upon this rock on which I stand, just like my mongoose here on the tree stump, he's not going anywhere, and I'm not going anywhere either. Um, Again, I cried tears for this woman. I did. That doesn't happen very often. I find myself hardened because of my experience, and I don't want to be like that. I want to reach out. I want love, right? I want love. I want a relationship. I just with a wonderful woman. I just don't want to have to jump through all these hurdles and all these hoops, so that I in order to have a good relationship, or to have sex with a woman, that I would have to make love to a queer person or a transgender before that even happens, or say that I would have to start masturbating on pornography websites in exotic costumes, just to have the possibility of procreation. This world's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. And I'm saying this directly to you, Ethan. This world is seriously fucked up. It's really fucked up. And we have the opportunity to move forward, and then we have the motivation. And I will not state, I don't think that Mikayla is trying to make herself into a martyr or anything along those lines. And anyone that suspects or that implies that, I don't know. That's not cool. That's not cool. Shit, man. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, and that I'm trying to come from a good place, because it's just fucked up world. It's fucked up, and let's just move on. That's the only thing you can do, is just to move on, and that's the only thing I can do, is to move on and to work on my next masterpiece. So I hope you will too. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life or how to raise Freya. That's well beyond my place, as it is in my little niche on YouTube or wherever else. And so, my love to you, man. You're not innocent anymore now that you know of all this fucked up shit, and that sucks. That's a real disenfranchisement or disillusionment with the better parts of humanity, and it takes a while to come back from. It really does, because when the only thing that you're exposed to is the evils of humanity, you're gonna get violent, you're gonna get aggressive, you're gonna get angry, and you're right to do so. You're fully validated in feeling like that, right? So hearts out to you and your family, all of you who have, because suicide just passes on the grief to everybody else and removes the opportunity to do better the next day. So we can do better.